All right, welcome back to Tier Zero, where we have another Saturday League play. I'm Ron Biermann, and this is also Shawn Hopkins joining us today. Say hello to everyone. We're going to start our league off now. First round is going to be Shawn Hopkins and Olivia Tippett. And you should probably know this one better than I do.
Yeah, probably. I was playing it. She was playing Emerald Amethyst aggro-ish type deck here in this one.
All right, so starting off, inked something.
Inked a broom. Ink a snake into a Chernoball's follower. Now that's good for next turn if you don't have a snake to bounce it. You quest sack draw into hopefully a Flynn Rider.
Easier to sacrifice a red creature than it is a blue. Very easy. I get turned around in building. I think it's just straight like.
Yeah. Do you know if she's using any cards from new set?
Yeah.
Like Sid?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. I know she was doing the whole Mickey Mouse Yen Sid package, or she was still on Chapter 3.
She's got the location that gives your brooms +1 lore while they're there, paired with Yen Sid. So there's that location, and then you'll see her move the brooms over for free and quest for 2. So now at this point, I'm just hoping to get an answer.
Yeah, getting
Inca Brawl, that's a rough. You want to keep those really for the removal of those 2 power or less creatures.
Playing Maleficent, which isn't bad. Get a card draw.
Yeah. It's turn 3, card draw. Try to refill your hand.
Of course, your normal target would probably be singing Friends on the Other Side with it.
Yeah, that should be ideally my next move. As she moves another broom over and then plays Yen Sid.
Oh, great.
Yep. She's already sitting at 2 lore. And then you just kind of see her go off. Yep. Quest 2 with that one. The other one's drawing.
So you're wondering whether to sing right now? I know you want to get rid of that location or sing.
Damage control. So there's the friends. And then at this point, you're just kind of hoping to maintain before
you're probably hoping for a snake on this one.
And I inked the snake, actually.
Snake for the fox.
So I've got a location in hand. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and play that. And just hope to put pressure on there to bait her into attacking that.
Yeah, her location doesn't gain lore, does it?
No.
Okay.
It just gives them an extra lore. So everything on her field is dry. It's going to put 2 damage on the castle with the Baboom. And normally you want to save, if you don't already know what you're playing, you normally want to save those, especially for the Bucky Diablo matchup.
Yeah, Diablo in Bucky is pretty rough. Yeah, I see a lot of people taking out or putting in Babooms and taking out their other song 3-drop.
So all of her characters here are going to have +1 lore, and she's got Yen Sid lets you if you have two other brooms on the field, he's going to get +2. So she quested for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that turn. Yeah, as you can tell, it's 12-3. Not looking real well for me. So I'm in Maui range, sitting at 4 ink at the start of this turn, and I'm going to go ahead and ink a location, and then go ahead and knock out the Ensid who's questing for 3, 4 each turn with those brooms.
Yeah. That location is pretty gross right now.
It is rather gross. Now, I could have chosen to take out that location with the Maui versus take out her characters, but in this situation, I'm just hoping that, because she can only quest for 2 next turn instead of 8. So I've stabilized a little bit, and then from here, barring she gets any card draw, I'm just whittling down her hand to where she can't play anything, and then I just go from there.
Resist.
Yeah, that's the broom that gets you +2 for each broom on field, correct?
No, that's the evasive broom. Yeah, that other one costs 6. Now, if she had a Mickey out, then she could probably play it.
So instead of questing, she chooses to go at the location, gets 4 up on the location, and is leaving the broom and the broom exposed to Maui. As you can see, I've got what looks to be 2 B King Undisputed in hand, which is gonna, you can sang one and I can pay for the other. But I'm gonna choose to go ahead and take out the broom with Maleficent, and then probably
rush into the castle,
rush the location,
location,
and then use the B King to get rid of her other character.
Would be the play. What's the toughness on that location? 7? That was a pretty good play as well.
Yep.
Just maximizing your ink.
So it looks, in her hand, she's got a Storm the Rage on, and
now she needs to catch up now.
Yeah, because even though she's ahead in lore, she's still rather far behind. Now, honestly, you play that card to draw a card, but other than that, it has really no real value other than just being able to draw a card.
Now you're stabilizing with your location.
Ink a Minnie Mouse because it has real no value at this point in the game. It's a turn 1 play to bounce with a snake. I think you're going to see me tap Maui here to Sang Friends. Yep. Alright, so played the rabbit, drew a card, and then moved all 3 to the castle. And now you really see where this deck goes off. Their board's empty. They can't do anything about the castle minus any removal spells. She is playing Steel, so she may have a Long Game Zeus to get rid of that castle. But now you're seeing me gain 2 lore each turn on top of drawing 4 cards each turn.
And this Mickey Mouse came way late.
Way late. You needed that for the broom deck to work. You need that Mickey out there, and you need to be just smashing into creatures to get that deck to work.
Yeah, having your broom characters cost 1 less is great with Mickey.
So now you're going to see gain 2 lore and draw 4 cards off the castle. Well, 3 off the castle and 1 for turn. And there's the dreaded Flynn. That one's going to allow you to gain 3 lore each turn as long as you have the highest power character out there. And then, since Maui has no other real value, you just use it to sing, clear their board again, and then it's just not looking good at this point, especially with another castle. So unless she somehow gets rid of Maui and gets a character with 4 or more power, looking at 7 lore at the start of next turn, and then you just quest out and win.
Yeah, that was a great turn right there.
It really was.
I mean, not being able to get rid of that. Along came Zeus, but then you're still at least gaining an extra card from your other location. Yeah, and I think you're about to draw, 20 cards this turn?
Yeah. Yep. So there's the 7 for both castles and Flynn, and then you're going to draw a card for turn, plus 4 others for the characters at location. And it's sitting at 1,000,000 cards in hand. It just doesn't look good.
I know that had to feel good.
It's really nice to have that many options. And at this point, you don't care about the Flynn. So early on in the game, you don't want to quest with Flynn, just for this reason. But at this late in the game, you're this close. There's probably nothing they can do to get rid of either castle. And even if they get rid of one, they have to do 7 damage to the other. And there's just this one's just out of reach at this point.
Started off pretty scary for you.
Yeah, when you go down 12 to 2 and questing for 8, if you don't have that removal, it's just...
Yeah, having that Maui turn it around that quickly.
Yeah, being able to knock that stuff out.
Yeah, I don't think she got enough draw this game. I think she only had 1 extra draw from Yen Sid once. And that was it. And she'll play another broom, and that should be game.
Yep, that'll be.
Yep.
She can't quest, can't destroy anything. She's only got 5 ink left, which doesn't give you. It gives you an option to play an Alone Came Zeus if you're playing it. But that's not going to do much because you have to not only clear the locations, but you have to clear all characters.
Yeah.
Or at least leave Maui. And that's a scoop.
Yeah, Brooms is a really fun deck. It's got a lot of love within this last set with the Yen Sid. And hopefully even more love next set. Like in set 1, it was
really nice to see that come up as a meta deck and it'd just be really fun to play. All right, going into game 2, she will be on the play. And catching a glimpse, it does not look like I have a 1-drop in hand. So without a 1-drop with this deck, you really want to look to have Flynn in hand. No, I do have a Chernobog's Followers in hand. And really, you want to ink your higher cost here. So Maui's going to be useless for me this early in the game, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink it.
questing for one on Olivia's side. I don't think Yensid is in hand. I think Yensid only draws if there's two brooms.
Inking a Baboom is honestly knowing that I already have Flynn. Unless that was your only option to ink, you really want to hold on to that Baboom for that Flynn Rider to just keep that card in check. So I don't have a 2-drop in hand, so go ahead and quest with the Chernobog's followers, sack it to draw a card just to try to get to that 2-drop. And inking the castle can either bite you or save you. Because the castle, with the way the new decks in this meta are going since set 4 has come out, the castle is rather pertinent because not a lot of decks are able to deal with it, at least not immediately.
Yeah, decks with Rush could deal with some of the castles early.
Alright, so you're going to see me go turn 3 into a Maleficent, draw a card, and really want friends on the other side right now to be able to start off that, just get anything you can to get to that 4th ink and be able to just start building and clearing their board.
Olivia's trying to figure out what she wants to ink.
The Sorcerer's Hat is an interesting card in the deck because you use it because you're running broom, so all you have to do is name a magic broom.
Right, yeah.
And imagine that card's going to manifest itself on top.
She's finally got her Mickey out. Let other brooms
I do believe Sorcerer's Hat puts it into your hand and not onto the field.
Correct, it is into the hand. Location.
We're going to go into a rabbit and start our card draw.
Debating whether or not put damage on that, but you do have another Maui in hand, correct?
I'm not sure.
I think you had 2 and you inked 1 at the beginning.
I did ink 1 in the beginning. Now with Bee King Undisputed in hand, this is so she's going to quest, and you want to try to eliminate the Mickey. The Mickey is the big enemy right now.
Yeah.
All her brooms just go right back to her hand. So if you're able to get rid of the Mickey, now Bee King Undisputed lets her choose which one to banish. But if you can whittle down, so if I was able to play a Maui, if she quests with all 3 of those, and I can play a Maui and use the Rabbit and Maleficent to eliminate the other 2, then you can use the Bee King Undisputed to go ahead and banish that Mickey. Mind you, those 3 will go back to her hand, but I think it's something that you can deal with and not worry about it.
And she did quest with the Mickey. That's interesting.
Now, I would be inclined to go ahead and slam both of those into Mickey to get rid of it, because Mickey's just a 3/4. I would lose both, but I would also draw a card off losing the rabbit.
Yeah.
But get rid of Mickey. Alright, so I'm going to ink a snake because the value with the rabbit is there, but I need to clear the board, and there comes the Maui. So that's going to get rid of the Mickey. And then probably go at the location, maybe? No? And then now you just kind of see where Ruby Amethyst starts to turn the table here. Yes, she's questing for 4 next turn with both of those brooms, but questing with both of those, she would lose both of them, and then she would be at a standstill.
She does get a draw off.
She does get a Yensid. Now this is where, if she quests with both of those, you take out both characters and then hit the Bee King Undisputed to drop the Yensid. Oh, and there goes the Maui, and that was a good play.
Yeah.
Because now I have to figure out how to get rid of the Yin Sid before she quests for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Before she quests for 8 next turn, which is lethal.
All the way up to 12.
And that Broom's a really good card, which is an addition that I've recently made to that deck since playing that, is putting those 1-drop Brooms in to play it, quest with it, and then play a character and draw a card.
Yeah, I see a lot of people were placing their followers for that card.
I think I'm running both in the new deck.
I do like you keep questing with it, and then, hey, with Turnabout's followers, you have to sacrifice it after questing.
You don't have to. It's a May ability.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, with the Broom, like, you could quest and be like, okay, play another character. Then you could decide whether you want to sacrifice it and draw.
I sang Friends with a Rabbit, just hoping to get to probably a Be Prepared here, since I'm sitting at 6 ink. That probably looks like my most favorable play, to just go ahead and clear the board. And then since I've got a full hand, it puts me ahead. I'm going to ink a Sisu. Do I have it? No, we're going to go ahead and banish Yin Sid with Medusa, which is a solid play because that puts her out of game range and only questing for 4 the next turn.
Especially with only 2 cards in hand, so it's looking good.
Yep.
Yeah, because, of course, this package is not running any goats, so you don't have to worry about instant lore.
Correct.
Besides playing another, Yen Sid.
Right. Surprised she didn't move the Broom to that location, considering you can move them for free at this point.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess she's still got time to do that.
Yep,
there it goes. Over. And then she's going to quest out with those 2. And then now I'm really looking to clear that board because it's not looking good.
Yeah, to 15, that's rough.
Yeah. And I really need to be prepared right here. Sitting at 7 ink now. And there's the Be Prepared. Now, that's really hard to recover from, especially since I'm sitting in a full hand and she's top decking now. And we're going to go ahead and play a Broom. And then probably hit the B King Undisputed and play the Flynn, I think. Could have made a case for playing either.
Yeah.
Yep, Medusa the Broom. That keeps her from questing for 2. And then I've got a B King Undisputed in hand, and it looks like another Flynn. Yep. So that B King Undisputed is going to prevent her from being able to quest the following turn. And then I'm going to gain 3 for Flynn. And that's rough.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, especially with Brooms, they just turn sideways. You quest with Brooms. You don't do a lot of challenging with them.
No, not unless you have the 6-drop.
The one that gets a +2.
It gets a +2 for each Broom you have on the field. And we're going to wipe out that location.
Was very nice.
And just running a 2 of that crab, it really comes in handy. And there's the B King Undisputed. Yep, and you don't care about the Flynn questing because, yes, she has some rush characters, but you've got another one on field, and it's just
Y'all ready to get a game
Yeah.
3? Yeah. It seems like she needs to put a little bit more draw power on this deck.
Yep. So gain 6 for the Flins. Questing for 4 additional this turn. So now at this point, you're not really worried about clearing your board. You just want to put the pressure on and just get within lethal range because there's not anything. She could play another tower to get another 2 out of that broom, but you're not super concerned about that with the way the field is. But we're going to go ahead and brawl that broom anyway.
Yeah, at least she's in the right colors for good card draw.
Yeah. And then we're going to quest up to 16 and just put it within range. So if she doesn't have a 4 power or higher character, that is game. That's game. Called it.
Yep. And that is game. Even something like Grab Your Swords or something in her deck would.
Oh yeah, that would be playing against that, and it even goes against the Bucky combo as well. Grab Your Swords, you almost need to run a 4 of the Grab Your Swords. It's just that important.
Yeah, it got to the point where we all went from 4 Grab Your Swords from set 1, dropped it down to 3, and then 2.
Going into round 2, it's going to be myself versus Jason. He's playing a
Mufasa.
I believe he's playing Mufasa Ruby. So Amber Ruby.
A good turn 1 for you.
Yep. Typical turn 1, player 1 drop.
So you get the snake out.
Oh, we're going to go right into
good
Flynn.
enough.
And that is
that's
really
great.
The ideal play for this deck is turn 2 Flynn. Because if you don't have an answer for it immediately, you just can't stop it until late game. You see him go into Mother Gothel, and then typically turn 1 you want a Pluto in that deck to be able to get your Rapunzel out on turn 3.
I've seen a lot of decks where they don't care about Pluto because late game Pluto just feels bad.
Go ahead and bring Sisu, have the highest power on the field. That's what you want to see with this deck. So turn 3, he's not going to be able to play Rapunzel, so the character's just going to sit there with that damage on.
He's going to try to get ready for a dock.
Yep. There's the dock.
And
when he quests, he's going to give you 2 lore and make your next character cost 1 less. So I got the highest power with Sisu because she gets a +1 for each card in my opponent's hand, and that's going to give me my +3 from Flynn. Probably going to see me ink the Olaf here, as this point in the game's really no value. Also, Sang and Friends on the other side. You always want to draw before you ink. Always draw before you ink.
Cannot drill that enough.
Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and make him banish a character. So he's going to go after the dock right here because he wants to be able to hit Rapunzel with Mother Gothel. Or hit Gothel with Mother... with Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, yep.
Because you want to be able to draw those 3 cards.
Yeah, having the Rapunzel package, which we've seen it so far since, set
and it's
2
great.
came
it's
out.
Great, yep, and there it is. There's the Rapunzel. And draw 3 cards. And really at this point, I'm hoping he doesn't have anything crazy in hand, and I'm just going to continue to ride out Flynn, because he just boosted my Sisu. Now, I can easily go with the Sisu into Mother Gothel to prevent another, like a Julieta Madrigal, to prevent removing damage and drawing another card. But it looks like I'm going to go into Maui here and go ahead and take out that Mother Gothel to prevent that. Quest 2 there. As you can see, Flynn's just putting in work. And turn 5, Mufasa here maybe. This is ideally when you want to play him. Just in case. I mean, there's really no threat of a Be Prepared. You really want Mufasa out when a Be Prepared comes.
Correct.
Yep. And he's going to lose that Maui because of the amount of cards in his hand. And he's going to go ahead and quest for 2. And gain 3 for the Flynn because I've got Maui out. And then here you're going to see probably Maui knock out the Rapunzel just to prevent... Oh, there's another Maui to knock out the Rapunzel.
Or we just do it that way. Just in case he had teeth and ambitions next turn.
Ideally, with no characters on the field, you would be tempted to quest with Flynn, but I just probably didn't see any sense in it just in case of... honestly, I probably should have quested with Flynn there because there's no rush characters in that deck playing Ruby Amber. Or no. Yeah, that's why I didn't play it to work because of worried about another Maui to knock out that Flynn.
If anything, he should probably play a Medusa.
Yeah.
Like if he plays Lady Tremaine, you're like, okay, this Maui has enough.
Yeah. Because you're not really worried about the Mauis on my field. All they do is smash your stuff. You're worried about the Flynn.
Yeah.
Because I'm gaining
Maui doesn't gain you lore at all.
Turn.
Yeah.
And if you look back at this match, you'll see he inks a brawl on turn 1. And you always want to keep those brawls with this new meta because you can deal with all of the big stuff that really hurts.
Yeah. Your Flynn Riders, Diablos, those hurt. You have Haram.
Yep.
It hits so many great targets, and it's inkable.
I'm going to go ahead and quest with Flynn there. Yep. Bounce it back. Play it again. Give it some protection. Looks like
he's
I'm sitting at 18
range.
At this point. And he's really looking for a Be Prepared right now to just stay in the game.
I don't think he runs Be Prepared, though, because most times in this deck, you don't want any non-characters in the deck.
That's true.
But he might have a build where he's only just running those 4.
Yep.
Or...
And there's that one.
Pretty solid.
So now knowing that I'm running Flynn, he's going to make sure that if he has a brawl in hand, he's going to keep it this time.
Keep your brawls.
Not ink that. This is an important card not to ink. Unless you absolutely have to, you do not ink that brawl.
And brawls are also great against 2-drop Ursulas, since it's not a song and only an action. Ursula cannot rip it out your hand.
You're going to see him ink a mini here, which is also a questionable play because dealing with evasive characters on the Ruby Amethyst side is not an easy task. And no 1-drop for me on turn 1, which rather hurts. Unless I've got a Flynn, but then at this point I'm worried he's going to brawl it as soon as it comes out.
It's interesting he didn't have a 2-drop. Now, I know the deck doesn't run any 1-drops, but not dropping something on 2 is pretty rough.
The deck does run a 1-drop. He's running the Mulans.
Oh, he's doing the full damage package for Rapunzel.
I don't know that the big Mulan is being ran, but I know the small one because you want to have those damaged characters for Rapunzel.
Yeah, I would like it if he would ran the big Shift Mulan.
Yeah. That
card is great.
It is good. It's hard to use, though.
Yeah.
And there's the brawl to get rid of the Flynn.
That's great. Great play there.
And Sisu, that's a perfect turn 3 if Flynn's out there. But it's still a 3-drop. It can Sang Friends on the other side, and that's really what you're shooting for at this point once the Flynn is gone.
Now, with the backside being a 4 toughness, hard to get rid of.
And there's Doc. So no Rapunzel. He chose to ink the Mother Gothel versus play it. Now, if he would have played it, I probably would have immediately hit the Bee King Undisputed this turn, just to get rid of that, to prevent that card draw. And I'm going to hit it anyway so he can't drop Mufasa on turn 4. Turn 5, actually.
Actually, yeah. Because he had Gothel.
Didn't see that.
Yeah, Gothel was still face up, yeah.
So, turn 5, yep. And we're going to see Mufasa here. And that's just really a good card. It's a great answer to Be Prepared, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if you get to the point where you can't deal with it, you hit Be Prepared and you've already got a character on board, and then usually it's your turn as soon as Be Prepared comes out because there's no other play to be made.
It would have been nice if we had another King Undisputed, do it on a Mufasa.
Yeah.
Good flavor win there.
And then
Yeah.
it comes in exerted, and you've got usually a higher power Sisu there to go ahead and knock that out.
Yeah.
And then here I'm inking the Sisu to try to go ahead and draw him into hitting to get rid of that Mufasa. Because honestly, he's banking on top decking a dragon or a Lady Tremaine off the top once Mufasa's gone. Now, the important thing for dealing with Mufasa is you want to make sure when you go to banish the Mufasa, you have an answer for what comes out after the Mufasa. So whether it's a removal spell or a removal song or whatever it may be, when you go to banish the Mufasa, and there's the big Mulan.
Nice.
And that's a tough one because that's going to make you not want to exert any of your characters.
Even though he didn't get the +3 power for shifting, it's still something scary where you don't want to
and it's really
insert
nice
your
to
whole
pair
board.
It's nice to pair that Mulan with a fish hook to go ahead and get that +3 anytime.
Yep. Great play there.
Yep. So now, if he goes ahead and gets the Mufasa, runs the Mufasa into Sisu to banish it, it comes in exerted, and then I've already got an answer for what he does. So he's more than likely not going to quest, especially with Scar coming out. So he's going to be able to banish the rabbit and Sisu if he pleases. Yep. Already the Scar. But he doesn't want me to draw a card.
They could probably just quest with Mufasa.
Yep. Quest with Mufasa.
Yeah, make you run into it.
Make me run into it.
Yeah, since he's gaining more lore in that race right there, just on those two.
So, depending on what I have in hand, yep, you go ahead and run into that. I probably have a Maui in hand. Oh, yep. The Mufasa comes right back out. So now you don't want to get rid of that Mufasa because you can't deal with whatever comes back.
Correct. That Scar's looking very scary right now.
Yeah, it does get kind of out of hand. Play another rabbit,
yep.
Draw a card.
Get your draw engine going.
Good. Cards are always good. And then here, I think I want him to not go after my Medusa to banish that Mufasa. You want him to quest with that Mufasa to just go ahead and keep it. Because if he hits it with Scar, Scar's going to die. And he doesn't necessarily want to lose Scar yet. He would like to be able to hit both rabbits. He's down to 1 card in hand, so Sisu's at 2 power. Brawl takes it out. Looks like he's got a Mufasa in hand.
Now we're just playing the lore race.
So now here, if I can see my hand, I draw a Flynn, ink a Sisu. Yep. So now I've got an answer in hand for Mufasa, and we're going to get a dragon off the top, and that's really what you want with that deck. So I'll draw a card off that, and I draw into a Maui. That's perfect.
Yeah. That was a great trade.
Yeah. Go ahead and play a Flynn. Has no value at the moment as he's still got Scar out, but all he can do is quest with Scar. And another Mufasa. That's really rough to deal with. 3 Mufasas.
For now.
The Ruby Amber deck is really good as long as you can get really you need that draw engine. You need to start off Rapunzel hitting those 3 cards from the beginning.
Just like now. I mean, Rapunzel would just let him real nice right now. Just at least drawing 2 off the Scar right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't hard
we're going to run the
cast.
Rabbit and Flynn into Scar. Play a Maleficent, draw a card. And we're just kind of hoping, we're just looking for an answer for Mufasa at this point that doesn't let him keep anything on the field. Because it looks like I have a Be Prepared in hand, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to go ahead and give them a questable character start of their next turn with no answer to it. Especially with the score the way it is. You just don't want that to get out of control. Looks like there was a
Lady Tremaine
in hand. It does look like I have a Maui in hand.
Oh, so much value on Pongo.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get the Mother Gothel back. Going to go ahead and... Oh, it's going to ink her. Okay.
Maybe he just wants enough ink for hard casting a dragon later. There's nothing in the deck that cost 8.
Okay. So now we'll see. So we'll top deck a Maui. Did we trade with it with our Maui? I think we do. I think we just go ahead and not worry about that. And then, yep. And then he's gonna get some value out of Pongo right here.
It just drew the dragon.
Sure did.
Yep, now he has enough to play dragon if needed. Now, I honestly wouldn't have quested with Pongo, knowing that you have Rush in there.
Right.
That's almost a free...
There's a B King Undisputed off the top.
Okay, so that didn't really matter. But I would have just been scared anyways.
We're going to go ahead and draw a card. It's like we'll probably just ink that Olaf. Because, again, no real value for those cards this late in the game. And we're going to get that so he stops returning characters.
It's actually not returning characters. It's revealing from the top.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's that one. Perdita's the one that returns,
the one that returns. Yep. So we're going to lose our Maleficent here. And then draw a snake off the top. Yep. And then we're just going to start that where he has to deal with the castle versus questing.
Yeah. Because that castle will get out of hand.
13, which you could really go either way, whether to hit the castle or quest. Yep. So he's going to choose to go the questing route and hope that he can outrace the castle and whatever else I have to play.
Oh, yeah, especially with the Pongo out there.
Now you have to deal with him. I do have a Be Prepared in hand, and this is probably where you're going to see me hit it. Because without knowing that he has that dragon in hand, you're kind of stuck because he's questing for 4 next turn. You don't want him to get to 19. Yep. And we're going to hit the Be Prepared.
Plus having an empty board with that location out there is just great value as well. Because I don't think he can one-hit it.
Draws another Lady Tremaine.
He's got to put the pressure on. He's got a Rapunzel as well.
Yeah, the Rapunzel gets no value, though. You have no... Oh, and he just passes. Plays the Tremaine with no value and passes. Oh, okay, so we're going to Medusa the Tremaine here.
That's so good. Yours doesn't quest for as much, but it gets rid of the lady.
That to the castle just to hopefully get that extra draw power. It looks like I have a B King Undisputed in hand. Yep, and you just
location is just slowly
keep gaining 2 lore each turn until you just get to the and draw another location.
Yeah, double castles
is
great.
Maleficent gets rid of one of them. If that was the Bee King, you really want to see that played right here. And go ahead and get rid of that dragon and just keep collecting 2 lore from that castle. I'm going to ink a brawl because that's useless.
Yep, had enough for both. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now
that's like if you ink and do both, yeah.
Devastating to see a castle and then it be prepared in the same turn.
Yeah.
You just can't deal with it.
I mean, knowing that they both have 0 damage, yeah, you can't get rid of that.
Oof.
Oh.
Look at another dragon.
Lower side up.
Can I return it? Sure can.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. So now you've put him in the position to where you have to get rid of both locations and both characters to even. That deck just can't do it. It has no automatic location removal. Dragon can get rid of one of them, and then you have to drop a location and drop a character.
Drop both characters.
Right. Drop the location and drop one of the 2 characters to keep me from winning next turn.
And that should wrap it up.
That gets you close.
Well, he did almost get there.
Almost got there.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for game 2. It's always nice to have it be prepared when you have locations out. It just keeps them protected. Oh, look. And now it's you versus me.
Great. Yeah, this one was a rough one.
It did not go well.
It did not. But I still had fun, though.
Now, Ruby Amethyst is arguably the biggest opponent to Ruby Sapphire.
Most definitely.
Especially if you can get Flynn out. They just have no answer for it until turn 3 or 4.
I'm hoping I kept something like a 1 jump ahead. This build, I believe this is a Scuttle build, so I think I pulled into the Scuttle for 1 jump ahead. Yep, makes sense.
Yep, it's a great card.
Yes.
So no Flynn on turn 2, but we'll get to turn 3 and draw a card. Oof, Sisu.
Yeah. And knowing that I'm playing against this deck that Shawn has, inking the Judy Hops, he doesn't have any items, so I'm not worried about it throughout this whole game.
And we're just going to get the draw engine going. Sisu's going to quest next turn. He's going to be able to look at the top 2 and
put one of the cards in hand. Yeah, I opted to put in the blue Sisu only because I'm doing a shift package with the red Sisu. So I figured just put in more targets for Sisu to shift earlier and faster.
And I got the Maui in hand, so next turn I'm definitely going to be getting rid of that Sisu because you just don't want to see that develop your brain ability right off the top every time you quest. And I've got 2 Be Prepareds in hand.
Okay, 1 jump ahead into another 1 jump. No, okay, Scuttle.
Looking for that lucky dime.
Oh, sorry. I believe that was a lucky dime. It's a blank card.
It's
a blank card.
Oof.
No,
I've got a Flynn.
No, it was a popsicle because I played it that turn.
Yep. And go ahead and slam the Maui into the Sisu.
Goodbye, Sisu.
Go ahead and quest for 1 with the rabbit. Now, the Ruby Sapphire deck looks behind right now, but it's really not. It's really, see, right there, and there we go.
Yeah, once you get your card draw.
Get the card draw going.
It's so good. Between the Be Prepareds, big Sisus, also have Brawls in here. So removal's pretty top notch.
Yes.
Now, red in this whole meta right now is just great.
Now I've got Flynn in hand. Honestly, it's not a great move to play it. Honestly, it's probably ink at this point because of the potential of you having Brawl or Medusa or X removal.
Oh, there was Brawl.
Yeah, right into the ink.
Right? Yeah, normally when I ink it, I'm probably looking at other removal in hand.
Yep.
I don't run Lady Tremaines. I run Medusas due to the ice blocks.
And you'll see me ink a crab there, which is a questionable decision. But you got to get rid of that Haram. You got to stop that card draw.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, with that, if I don't see it in a game without at least one popsicle, my deck can get behind pretty fast. Yeah, the card draw is just great in both of these decks.
And you keep the Be Prepareds for a rainy day. You know? You see Tamatoa come out, it's just not good. You just got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Especially once the Lucky Dime comes out, it's just...
Yeah, and that's a great thing I love against playing against your colors, is you guys can't deal with the Lucky Dime. You can deal with the Tamatoas.
Yes.
So just being able to play the Lucky Dime and not worry, yeah, I'll take a turn off. Yep. But I got to get there, though.
Yep.
Both our board state's pretty good. About now's a good time to be prepared.
You would like that. I'm sure you would like if I be prepared.
I mean, we got to think I have...
No, here I'm still trying to get value out of everything because I can bounce the rabbit, I can play the rabbit again. Playing a Bee King Undisputed doesn't really make sense if I have it in hand because you just have too much to choose from. You just get rid of the Scuttle when honestly I want to get rid of the Queen because I know you're searching for that Lucky Dime.
Yep. So the Queen out there. Aurora does help as well. Being able to scry with my, or I'm sorry, look at the top 2 cards.
Aurora's great if you're playing Steel. If you're playing Steel with, if they're playing the I Find 'em, I Smash 'em, but I even think that gets around that.
Yeah. Which honestly, if you're running Steel, I would at least put 1 in your deck because you never know when you're going to play against either Sapphire Ruby, Sapphire Steel. They're item based.
Looks like we might see a Sisu come out here. Nope. Use the ice block on Medusa to get rid of the Medusa. Okay.
Yeah, we couldn't do that back in the days, could we?
No, Medusa's...
they just stared at each other. They're like, okay. So get that ice block value was great. Now, I think I'm debating whether to activate the Queen because I know she'll just die.
Yeah. It's really rough to look at the board state and not hit a Be Prepared, seeing what you have. But honestly, you don't have a whole lot of lore value on the field at the moment.
Just item
honestly,
value.
I just want to continue to bounce the rabbit.
Yeah, just get more card draw.
I'm not playing Steel, so I'm not worried about all the cards I draw just going to the graveyard. You just want to build that hand so you have as many options to deal with what you have as possible.
Yeah, knowing that you have 100 cards in your hand compared to my 2 or 3. Yeah.
Which is really weird for that deck. That deck normally just draws and draws.
Yeah.
But if you don't get the Harams, then
you kill
the SOL.
Yeah, you kill the Haram and my Sisu. Like, of course, I'm going to depend on them. But it doesn't go far if they're removed early.
Right.
Yep.
That's a good one. Get rid of the queen so you can't search for those items. The key lucky dime. And honestly, you're looking for icebox too, because if you get Sisu, you want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then you have to hit Scuttle with Maui because of that reckless ability.
Which I was fine with that one.
Yeah.
I was like, it's going to be trade-off. I quits with Scuttle. You're forced to bash into it with Maui unless you want one of your other characters.
Unless I can sing with Maui or I choose to do something else with. But Maui's just 2 Flynns in hand. Choose to take out the Maui with Medusa.
Yeah, I think so. I could play my Maui.
Don't hit Be Prepared when it looks that, because within a turn it's back to being. That must be the Maurice's Workshop. Because you just tapped it to draw a card.
Oh, no, that's her ability.
You can tap.
I could tap and look at the top two.
You scry. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't do much, but she...
tap that back to where it was.
Oh, no, she doesn't tap. It's just items tap.
Oh, you tap an item. Okay.
Yep, you tap an item to look at the top two. Pretty much a scry ability. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty solid turn.
And see, that's why you don't play. You're worried about the Flynns because you never know. There's Medusas, Brawls, and then but with sitting with 3 cards in hand, I might be safe to play it.
True. It's like now I'm behind. If you do play, good thing is I do have a Maui in hand.
Flynn also doesn't help in this instance because now I have the highest power tied character. But Flynn also is giving me no value until I can have a Maui sit out there.
True. I think I do have to take a turn off here.
You probably do, because you have to play the dime at some point.
Unless I got another dime. I think I got a fishbone quill on that one. Oh, yeah. I figured I got a quill off that. Yep.
Fox, Flynn, be prepared. Yep. Got a lot of cards in hand.
Yep, sorry. I'm going to tap all these ice blocks to bash into it and stay alive.
Yep.
Which crackback is not that bad.
No. I mean, both our characters would die.
Yeah, being able to ice block in this format is really fun, even if you have to attack into other characters. Yep, get the trades there.
You ink the Chernobog there because there's no real value for it. You can draw a card, but like you've seen, I have a rabbit in hand. I'm going to draw 2 cards off of that versus next turn when I'd only be able to draw 1.
It's a great play.
And then play Flynn. Okay. So now I'm looking at gaining 3 lore each turn from that Flynn because with minimal cards in hand, do you have the ability to do it? You have the Brawl.
That's a pretty big hand you had there. I think you're drawing.
It does feel pretty big in my hand.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it looked huge in your hand. That was great. I mean, I'm Asian and mine look very small. So, but yeah, so I'm behind right now.
It's really not to be. It's not good to be behind in a situation where someone has something that big in their hand.
That was pretty big. I was scared. Actually, I think I was scared the whole time I saw it. because I'm kind of jealous right now because you have so much. It's so big right now, and I think I have just that.
Yep.
Just the Maui.
Just the Maui, and I think you're out of cards in hand now.
Yeah.
Yes, you have the 6 drop, but Yep. And make you sacrifice that, and then with no cards in hand, you just kind of vomit on the field,
Yeah, there's nothing I can do there. I think you just
go wide.
You just go
and
wide.
Hope you don't get to be prepared.
If you have a location, just play out location, just deal with it.
Yep.
When you know it's already over, so
and there it goes.
I had 2 in my hand. And I was just waiting.
You should have played it. You should have played the be prepared in hand.
Wasn't a good play. And
I thought it was a good play.
And on the game too. So I've got my 1 drop in hand. Looks like a popsicle or an ice block.
Okay, so I have a pretty decent hand to ramp on 2. Must mean I have the draw on turn 3. Fishbone, Quill, and the Inkwell, so that must mean I must have Haram in hand.
Yeah, obviously.
Or else I won't ink it.
Right. Must mean that. Now I've got 2 Be King Undisputed and a Brawl in hand. So you're only going to get that draw once off Haram because you want to immediately hit that Brawl and knock that Haram out.
That would be great on curve.
Yep. And there it goes.
Yep.
Go ahead and quest 1 there. And that's about all those 1 drops do.
Yeah. They're just a bounce target. Yep.
And then ink after turn 4. Another 1 jump.
I'm pretty sure that's probably a medallion.
Yep. Draw a card versus playing the Sisu. There was no point to play that Sisu. There's no Flynn, and you just want to build that hand. Yeah, you ink that Fishbone Quill.
Right. I was thinking about it. Might not.
No big deal. Just Minnie Mouse. Sisu's a good shift target for big Sisu.
Yeah.
And you're in range for Sisu next turn. But you want to get maximum value out of that, so you don't want to do that as quickly.
Yeah, I think I just hope you quest or sing, and my Sisu stays out there so I can draw a card with Medallion.
Yeah.
I think that's the play here. But I think you already see it coming, so you're like, probably bounce it.
I think I probably play the castle. Yep.
Very
play
nice.
The castle, move it to there, and make you deal with it. If you have Sisu in hand, you stop me from drawing the card, and you hit the castle for 5, since you're shifting that Sisu that year.
I believe I did that next turn. Next turn, I think you just play King Undisputed, and then I was just way behind. Then, I couldn't deal with the location. Yep. But yeah, I had to do something to the location. I was hoping I could play the Medallion.
Do I play Maui? I don't know why I'm grabbing my ink right there. I decided to not ink that card, apparently.
Yep, King Undisputed.
Yep, and then decided to ink the Maui and play the Chernobyl. So you can't really take that back, but it was taken back. It was agreed upon. And
I'm a nice guy.
You play that 1 drop so you can get that immediate value from that castle.
Oh, sacrifice a Medallion feels bad. But the good thing is about items when I sacrifice it,
you can just get them back with Tamatilla.
Tammy just does so much for it. I don't think I see
What do
Tammy
we
Toe
do?
at
What
all
do we do
either game.
here?
So you get rid of my queen. I do
I
remember
think
that.
I forgot to draw a second card for the castle right there. I do believe I only drew one card.
I was trying to distract you as much as I could so you would forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our brain is just grinding gears right now.
Yeah.
There we go. There goes the draw.
Yeah. Now in a friendly tournament, you can discuss things like that, between each other. But in an actual tournament, drawing that card, and that's what I'm explaining right here in the video here to Ron is, it's just, yep. Explaining how I was wrong in Atlanta.
Yeah, and the good thing is like there was no other cards or plays being done between it, so just drawing another card from it at this point was just fine.
Yeah.
I should have called a judge on you though. Yeah, so you get rid of
So I think
queen.
at this point, maybe you want to hit that be prepared to go ahead and keep any more damage going to that castle and just kind of. I don't know that I have enough ink for it. I think I only have 6. Yeah, I only got 6 ink.
I don't think you inked for turn yet though.
Correct. I have not, because you would see it face up.
What are you paying for 5? What's 5?
You're always trying to just keep that castle alive. It's real important. And I'm going to ink them out.
There it goes.
And I'm going to go ahead and hit the be prepared and hope you have no answer for that castle. Because I've got... And you just do the same thing again.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. I remember that play. I'm like, okay, they were just going to come back out.
Yep.
But your castle just gained you too much already?
Yep. I'm already at 13, and I think I just hit be prepared again right here.
Yeah, that's right. You did double be prep. I was a little salty that day. It's fine, though.
Yeah.
That was pretty brutal.
And I've got B King Undisputed in hand. Judy Hopps is such a rough value playing against this deck.
Yeah, it is.
And he's going to go ahead and jump and... Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and play a second castle, and then you just got to deal with it, and you can't.
Yep. Even with the Maui out there, Maui can't clear it alone. Yep. That was just...
And that's how deadly this deck is. You want to get the castles out. And that really... It's so rude of you.
I was slightly angry on that, but yeah. But yeah, that's a wrap up of one of our leagues.
Bye.